All right, so it is Thursday evening, and this could very well be my my last night in Budapest for all intent and purpose. And I say that because tomorrow morning I'm leaving and going to Pécs, and I've always wanted to go see Pécs. I've heard a lot about it. I hear it's a beautiful, beautiful city, and I've never been there. I've been to all the other cities in Hungary, the big ones at least. And I'm going to go to Pécs, and then from Pécs I'm going down to Pula, Croatia. And I'm going to go and just kind of swim in the, I don't know, what is that, the Mediterranean or the Adriatic or the, I don't know what it is. But I'm going to go swim in the ocean. The last time I was in Croatia, I was in a place called Lovran, L-O-V-R-A-N, and from what I remember of it, very good food and very, very beautiful. So it's off to Croatia, and then from Croatia I'm gonna head up to Slovenia, and I'm gonna go to Slovenia, and interestingly enough, I'm gonna go to a place called or at least I'm thinking of it, going to a place called Bled, B-L-E-D, and Bled is a just a charming small little town on a lake in Slovenia, and then it's up through Austria, where I'll pass through a town called Villach, and then through Graz, and I'm thinking of going to Dürnstein, which is on the Danube, just I think it's north of Vienna. So, in trying to think of what to do this last evening, I was going to have dinner with a young lady, but I ended up actually canceling that. So I am on my own this evening, and I'm decided that I would come up to this area up here in Budapest, which is called Fisherman's. I think it's Fisherman's Bastion, and it's a very, very beautiful place. I don't know too much about the history of this place, but I'll turn the camera around and give you a nice shot, so you can see the church right there, which is just a gorgeous, gorgeous church. And if it's open, I'll go inside. But as I turn the camera around, you can see I'm actually up on the hill, and the homes up here are just really, homes or buildings, if you will, are just really, really beautiful. So I'm going to just give you a tour of this area here, just kind of do a walkthrough. And this is what do they call this? Budai Barnigad or something like that. But you can see there is the church right there, and then that overlooks the Danube right there. So it really is a beautiful, beautiful part of Budapest. And then of course you have the castle right up there. So it's not too busy up here right now. It really is a beautiful evening. Temperatures are probably in the low 80s as I'm walking through here, and there's not too many tourists about. And if this church is open, it would be a nice locale to share with you here in Budapest. I always have a hard time pronouncing the name of this church. M-A-T-T-H-I-A-S or something like that. Here is a sculpture. You can see that. Maybe I'll get lucky and the church will be open. I was really fortunate the other day to have gone into the main basilica here, or into the basilica, and the music was playing as I was doing so. This church has the beautiful tiled roof. You can see the multicolored roof. And if I'm not mistaken, you've got to pay a fee to walk across the area up here. I believe this is called Fisherman's Bastion, Bastion. I could be mistaken. One of the more memorable nights of my time in Budapest, if not one of the more memorable nights of my life, was in this church right here. And I was with a lovely Hungarian lady named Angela, who was actually a friend of mine on Facebook, for those of you on Facebook. And Angela and I went to a concert on a cold winter night in this church behind us and saw the Mozart Requiem, and it was just it was one of the nicer evenings that I ever had in Budapest. We had a wonderful dinner on Andrassy Street. And I can show you another view from the rear. Look at that. It is a relatively quiet evening here. It looks like you have to have a ticket to go up, perhaps. Or maybe only during certain times of the day. So we'll go up and see if I can't find my way. Absolute fantastic spot to come up and take pictures or buy paintings if you'd like.
Hello. No photo.
Okay.
No. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Artists are always particular about their artwork being photographed, thinking somebody's going to copy it. Look at that. That would be Saint Istvan on the statue. And there is the Duna, the chain bridge, which will be lit up in another hour or so. All the time that I spent in Budapest, I lived in the Pest side. And here I am in the Buda side. There's a beautiful view looking down. You can see Margit Hit off in the distance. Margaret Island. You can pan across. There's the beautiful Parliament building. And off in the distance you can see the Basilica.
Nem kell, mondom, de hogy is nem kell feküdni, nyugodtan aludni. Nem kell.
Still trying to learn the sensitivity of this device, the Zion crane. Todd, if you're watching this video, you should pick yourself up one of these Zion cranes. It would be a great way for your home brew channel. And there would be there's Saint Istvan. Unfortunately, the church is not open. Another view of the beautiful Parliament building. It's just telling a young lady on the messenger that she lives in a beautiful city, Budapest. And I didn't know it, but there is a satellite office of mine opened up here, a Starbucks. Look at that. This would have been a nice place to come and spend some time. Looks like there's a nice restaurant over here as well. Fine dining. Elizabeth, oh, I can't pronounce that name. All right. And one more view of the beautiful church. Look at that. You know, interestingly enough, as I walk along, I've been here now for, tomorrow will make 2 weeks on this trip, and I am not homesick in the least. And I say that, I was talking to a friend of mine back in the southwest part of Florida today, and he was just telling me that it's been hot and humid and raining and just downright miserable. And the thought that I am going to be it's looking more and more like I'm going to be well, I'm not going to be a snowbird, because I'm not going to, knock on wood, I'm not going to find myself in a spot where I'm sitting in the snow in the middle of January. I can't imagine that happening. But I'm definitely not going to be in spend a lot of summers in Southwest Florida. I can tell you that. And as I pan around here, you can see somebody's coming up here that just tied the knot. It's wedding night in Budapest. And now I gotta go and find a nice place to eat somewhere. Treat myself to a nice dinner somewhere on the Danube. Maybe I'll just let the video run and take you through a portion of the rest of the area up here. You see some of the beautiful homes, or keep wanting to say homes, but actually buildings or offices. You know, it's interesting that in all the years that I've been coming to Budapest, never once have I felt unsafe walking the streets, whether it's walking the streets at 2 in the afternoon or 2 in the morning. There were plenty of times that I was walking the streets at 2 in the morning, let me tell you. There's a nostalgic picture here. All of Europe is a wonderful, wonderful place. The very first time that I came to Europe, I remember how awestruck I was. I don't remember the year that was. I think it was 1997 or 1998 or something like that. And I landed in Amsterdam, of all places. And I got in a car, I rented a car. This is long before GPS and all of that. And I rented a car, and I was going to go up to the free part of the Netherlands called Friesland, Friesland. And I had an invitation from a Dutch farmer named Auke and his Dutch wife named Tjetske Aan, and went up there to stay on their farm up there in Makkum, M-A-K-K-U-M, and went up to Makkum, spent a couple nights, and then I began a road trip that took me all the way down through Zurich, where I picked up a girl that I had met on AOL chat named Sabina, and Sabina and I went all the way down to Rome, and then I dropped her back off in Zurich on the way back and went to Paris and flew back home out of Amsterdam. That was my first That was my first trip to Europe. First of countless trips. Somewhere up here they have and this may be it here, labyrinthitis or something, and you can actually go down into the I guess the caves underneath the hill here. It really is a quiet evening, at least in this part of Budapest. All right. So enough with the tour, and on for dinner.